Hello, Madison, Malia, Luke and Rocky. Welcome to another Stories with Grandpa. These next poems are also from the book When We Were Very Young by A. Milne. And this first story here is about Christopher Robin before he met Winnie-the-Pooh. And in his bedroom there were 3 different chairs that he used to imagine were different things. It's called nursery chairs. One of the chairs is South America. One of the chairs is a ship at sea. One is a cage for a great big lion. And one is a chair for me. The first chair. When I go up the Amazon, I stop at night and fire a gun to call my faithful band. And Indians in 2s and 3s come silently between the trees and wait for me to land. And if I do not want to play with any Indians today, I simply wave my hand, and then they turn and go away. They always understand. The second chair. I'm a great big lion in my cage, and I often frighten Nanny with a roar. Then I hold her very tight, and I tell her not to be so frightened, and she doesn't be so frightened anymore. The third chair. When I am in my ship, I see the other ships go sailing by. A sailor leans and calls to me as his ship goes sailing by. Across the sea he leans to me, above the winds I hear him cry. Is this the way to round the world? He calls as he goes by. The fourth chair. Whenever I sit in a high chair for breakfast or dinner or tea, I try to pretend that it's my chair and that I am a baby of 3. Shall I go off to South America? Shall I put out in my ship to sea? Or get in my cage and be lions and tigers? Or shall I be only me? Market Square. I had a penny, a bright new penny. I took my penny to the market square. I wanted a rabbit, a little brown rabbit, and I looked for a rabbit most everywhere. For I went to the stall where they sold sweet lavender. Only a penny for a bunch of lavender. Have you got a rabbit? 'Cause I don't want any lavender. But they hadn't got a rabbit, not anywhere there. I had a penny, and I had another penny, and I took my pennies to the market square. I did want a rabbit, a little baby rabbit, and I looked for rabbits most everywhere. I went to the stall where they sold fresh mackerel. Now then, 2pence for a fresh caught mackerel. Have you got a rabbit? 'Cause I don't want mackerel. But they hadn't got a rabbit, not anywhere there. I had a little white 6pence. I took it in my hand to the market square. I was buying my rabbit. I do like rabbits, and I looked for my rabbit most everywhere. So I went to the stall where they sold fine saucepans. Walk up, 6pence for a saucepan. Could I have a rabbit? 'Cause I've got 2 saucepans. But they hadn't got a rabbit, not anywhere there. I had nothing. No, I hadn't got nothing. So I didn't go down to the market square. But I walked on the common, the old gold common, and I saw little rabbits most everywhere. So I'm sorry for the people who sell fine saucepans. I'm sorry for the people who sell fresh mackerel. I'm sorry for the people who sell sweet lavender, 'cause they haven't got a rabbit, not anywhere there. Daffodowndilly. She wore her yellow sunbonnet. She wore her greenest gown. She turned to the south wind and curtsied up and down. She turned to the sunlight and shook her yellow head and whispered to her neighbour, "Winter is dead." And that's the end of this set of poems from When We Were Very Young. God bless and good night.